Robotaxi's geographical area is increasing. It has increased. It has increased not just in Texas twice, but also into California with a very large opening map. We're going to discuss that, what it means, and whether or not it even matters. And when I say we, I mean Randy Kirk is here for some reason. I don't know. I don't remember inviting him, but I guess that's something that happened. And we're going to have a big chat about the conclusion I wish to get to, which is which parts are the important parts and which parts are not. Is it the drivers? Is it the number of vehicles? Is it a shot in the arm? I'm not sure what he's pantomiming, but it doesn't matter because I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza.
I was pantomiming important parts.
Your arm is an important part.
It's a very important part,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think of you as pretty harmless, but
it's harmless. Your English accent, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is expansions.
Mm-hmm. We should discuss that. Here is a post from Joe Tegmeyer, friend of the show. Robotaxi area for Austin has grown in size again, this time adding a large area to the south. Here's a quick view of what it looks like in the app and an image of the new area. So here's the app part. If you don't know Austin, these roads aren't necessarily meaningful. Here is the blue is the previous service area, with the brown being the extension. Mm-hmm. And as a reminder, let's see, that is how much of the metro is covered. I've seen people complaining it doesn't reach the airport yet. Guys, it doesn't matter because the Port Authority controls the airport. You can't just start operating a ride service at the airport without licensing and permission.
Yeah.
And this middle part here, this belt at the bottom, is Tesla's original service area. The dark purple is Waymo's original service area. Mm-hmm. The larger blue, Tesla's expansion, and then this expansion. Waymo did expand. Waymo has never been more motivated to expand than when Tesla gets in their way.
Yes, the competition is good. Yes.
Yeah, it's healthy, I guess. Yeah. Here is one bit of it. Let's see if this one, much can be said about the shape, but Robotaxi is now 3.9 square miles larger than Waymo's.
There you go.
So 10 square kilometers larger than Waymo's. And I don't know how recent that is. That might be out of date. That's July 14th. So it doesn't include the new expansion because Waymo, of course, had to keep up.
Yeah.
And let's see, that's a good joke there. More vehicles are being spotted for validation. And then we've got San Francisco. This is the Bay, and this is the Bay Area. So it goes to the east side, Berkeley, Hayward, Fremont, all the way into San Jose, all the way back up to San Francisco, and a little bit over, I can't tell. Is that Mill Valley up there maybe? Or Mill Plains? What's it called? So that's the after. And there's a map a little farther down that will show the original, the Waymo. There we go. This is the one.
Okay.
The blue is Waymo's coverage map, and the large box is Tesla's. So my question is, does the size of the geofence, is it the most important element? Is it one of the most important elements?
Well, it would be one of the elements. I don't know how I would characterize them. What's important to shareholders, what's important to the rollout in terms of how they're going to make decisions about the rollout. I did read this morning. I actually spent a lot of time over the weekend looking at both the rules in California, because somebody put out a very nice piece on the rules in California. And then we saw something this morning on the rules in Texas, which I was completely unaware of. Maybe you knew about it, but there are, I think, 5 things that we now have to do in Texas in order to get the license to take away that passenger who is acting like a safety person.
The monitor.
The safety monitor. And so those things seem to be fairly simple to accomplish. But I'm not sure that they're waiting on anything to take out. I mean, I'm not sure they're waiting on the license in order to take out the monitor, as opposed to just having an abundance of caution. And in California, there's all kinds of rules, but one of the things that's a little bit nebulous and hard to understand, maybe you can shed water, shed light, shed something on it, um, is that there's maybe a certain number of miles that you need to drive with a safety monitor in behind the actual wheel before you can get up to your next level. And I think there's 4 levels altogether. So next we would be to a safety rider as opposed to driver, and then finally to no help at all. So, but some people have suggested that you need 50,000 miles or X number of miles in order to do that. I don't know if it's true or not because it seems to be in the ether.
It's real muddy. I've also seen the 50,000 miles number. That will happen quickly. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from critics looking at the numbers in California and saying, well, none of it matters because there's a person behind the wheel. And it's like, right, but the person doesn't need to be. We can see that because the Texas pilot also exists. And in Texas, there is no person behind the wheel.
And then I'm doing a pilot in Riverside, and I can guarantee you I don't need to be behind the wheel.
Yeah. Well, and many would argue that you're kind of not. But I have to put those in there because it's fun. And to the people who aren't as big of fans of Randy Kirk, it's their little treat.
There's no such thing.
It makes no sense.
No such thing as a non-fan of Randy Kirk. What are you even talking about?
I will ask now, while it's still early in the video, to leave a comment, because if you love this video, whether it's me or Randy Kirk that you love, leaving a comment realistically forces YouTube to show it to anywhere between 10 and 100 people. The more comments, the more visibility it gets. And if you hate me or Randy Kirk or the topic, definitely leave a comment, because then more people will get to hate the video too. You want that. That's what it's good for everyone. Leave a comment. Because my question in the comments is, which part of this equation is the most important? Is it the geofence size? Is it the number of vehicles operating? Is it whether the monitor is in a particular seat or absent entirely? We know they can do this. The question is, when will they? And my question to you is, does it matter today? If they had someone in both front seats, would it matter?
So, okay. So again, I've been working on this all weekend. I've done a couple of videos on it, which I couldn't even tell you when they were. I think what we're looking at is you have the technical, okay? The technical side of it. Does it do its job? Does it avoid hitting things? Anything. It needs to avoid hitting things. If it can do the job of avoiding hitting things, that's a technical result that we're looking for. We're looking for it to drive nicely and to be very good and comfortable to the passengers inside. We needed to operate for X number of hours, on a charge, and to get good results. We needed to let passengers on and off. These are all like little technical things that are being worked out every single day. At some point, Tesla's going to go, the technical's done. Okay, then you've got what I call what do I call it? I have a name for it. If I could just remember what it is, it would be the dispatch aspect. Are people getting their ride in 6 minutes or less? Or what KPI are we going to use for that? Are people, is it coming in parking in a location that's clever for them to go get it? Or do they have to walk a long way? Is it leaving people off where it's a good situation? So do they have enough cars out there, or do they have enough people asking for rides to take advantage of the fleet that's out there? So that's the logistics side of it. And at some point they're going to go, you know what? Oh, and washing the cars and charging the cars at night and all that kind of stuff. All these are logistical issues. So there's going to come a day when they're going to go, you know what? The logistics they seem to be in place. Well, if you get the technical and the logistics solved, that only leaves the regulatory, in my view. Did I miss anything?
No, I'm with you. No, so what I would say is, I've had people say, yeah, but these are just level 2 cars. They've got someone behind the wheel. And I say, well, look, you're missing the point. The point is that you have to go through the steps.
Yep.
The steps are all there. We are taking the steps. This is happening. I would argue it appears that in the San Francisco area, they have an insufficient number of vehicles operating, because I've seen plenty of reports of just no service at all, or it's going to take a prohibitive amount of time to get the ride.
Right.
That if it works, and it appears to work, that means they can increase the number of vehicles doing the coverage. This is all still proof of concept. And it doesn't matter how good it gets if you've still got that regulatory hurdle. But Tesla chose this market. They knew what the obstacles were, and they did it anyway. I think the reason for the expanded geographical area, that expanded much, much more quickly than I expected, and certainly more quickly than Waymo expected, is to prove that we don't really have a geofence. What we have is a logistical fence, not a technical fence. It can work anywhere. So that is something we are hopeful about. You saw the comments from the Cruise co-founder. He said, Tesla's got the right approach. Vision is the solution. Neural nets is the solution. Waymo's approach is to have a millimeter accurate map of the entire world updated all the time. And that is impractical. It is overkill when there is a better solution. Waymo is tethered to a solution that was the only one that you could have done when they started. And because of their approach, they have gone a long, long way down what may be a dead-end road. And I'm confident, right?
That's good. A dead end.
Yeah.
The road
Yeah.
and the dead end. Yeah, it was good.
And they can't do a 3-point turnaround, so they're just going to sit there and honk at each other when they're all piled up at the end.
Which we've seen a lot of, which we've seen actually a lot of videos recently. So
it is their
Elon
thing.
Elon also popped in over the weekend and said something that you and I talked about a couple of weeks ago. And that is, he didn't say it this way, but basically all we have to do is be able to be safer and better than Waymo in terms of regulations. He said it kind of a different way. He said, let's see, when will we go to Illinois? Well, if Waymo is there, then we're pretty sure we can go there. That's kind of, I'm paraphrasing, but it's kind of like, if Waymo's someplace, then it probably means we can go there.
Yes, our approach is, even if just slightly safer, and Waymo is allowed to operate, then yes, we're allowed to operate. And I appreciate the work Waymo has done to normalize the idea of self-driving vehicles, to blaze a regulatory pathway to make them possible. Thank you. This is going to be better for everyone. And the reality is, the problem's going to get harder before it gets easier, because once you hit a certain amount of market penetration, the cars are very good at dealing with each other. Maybe not Waymos so much. They do play a little bit of bumper cars here and there, but even that, no one was injured. You saw the accident. Property damage. Property damage. I'm not concerned. If I had someone tell me, Brian, you're discouraging people from riding Waymo even though it's safer than people. I said, I'm not. When you see my post deeply critical of Waymo, it's only because the people who are deeply critical of Tesla are dead silent on Waymo.
Yeah.
Either you're about safety or you're not. And to blow one thing out of proportion while wholly ignoring the other is a degree of dishonesty that I find shocking. Someone said that I'm too hard on Waymo. I said, that's not what my post is about. My post is about one man. And I referred to him as eggplant emoji, peach emoji, clown emoji. Do with that what you will. So it is kind of fun. It is what we call the clown. So he is a deeply dishonest and broken man, and I hope he finds peace in this life or the next one.
He could probably use Grok as a therapist, and it might help him.
Don't do it on Unhinged. That's all I'm saying. I have a video that came out on Monday morning about Grok Unhinged, and I have a much more unhinged one on my Patreon that is uncensored.
Uncensored. Wow.
It is unhinged. Right. So what are you looking for the next steps on the rollout? Are you looking for more
Okay, so
vehicles?
again, this it's kind of like, am I looking at it as if I was a Tesla insider, somebody that was, on the team trying to, get to the next level? I think they're doing everything that they need to do and should be doing. If I'm looking at it as a stockholder, every morning I'm getting up and going, oh, have they taken the guy out of the seat yet? Oh, have they expanded have they added more cars? And all those things matter. The thing that matters the most is when Elon gets up, as he said again over the weekend, another post on X this weekend, in 3 to 6 months, we will have unsupervised in some parts of the country.
Mm,
Probably the same places that the cars are allowed to do cybercam
mm,
or robotaxi. It's probably where they're going to be okay to do unsupervised. But that, I think, is going to be the biggest catalyst as far as the stockholder is concerned. And that he reiterated 3 to 6 months. Now, he didn't say 2 weeks. He said 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months is more encouraging. When I hear 2 weeks or by the end of next year, I can't hear it. It's just like background noise. It's like white noise at that point, just like industrial kind of clanging. I don't know. What I'm looking for, that will, of course, be huge. I don't know when that will happen, but when it does, hold on to your butts. What I'm looking for each day, because I think this happens each day, is right now, more vehicles. The geo size is adequate to prove their point.
Mhm.
But if wait times are too long, that's the problem. I don't care if there's a person hanging out with me. That's fine. I have, if I get a chance to ride in one while there is still a safety monitor, I guarantee you I will get a reaction out of him because I've been working on my material. Um, I will just ask, is it true that you're not allowed to talk to someone if they're really hot? And if that doesn't get a reaction, I've got more material behind it. Because, yeah, they can't talk to hot guys. And if he
Hot
doesn't
guys.
respond, I'm a hot guy. So that's proof positive.
I see.
I'll take the validation anywhere I can get it. So, guys, in the comments, what do we miss? What do we misunderstand? Leave it. Leave it. Head over to Randy Kirk's channel, see what he is up to, and everybody else. Like, subscribe, smash buttons. You know what you're doing, and stay tuned. Stay juicy. I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots when you get a chance to subscribe.